gonna start tackling this project. But, I mean, what an asshole of a place to get into. Let me try and zoom. Come on, you bitch. And then the nuts are in that channel in there. I don't know whether to get in there with a creeper. I mean, it's an asshole of a spot. Basically what it amounts to is it's another engineering wonder. To get in there and hold that piece up, put those bolts in, try and get it tight. Yeah. I got to get those 2 bolts out that I put in just to hold it together last spring when we finished the last 20 acres. And if you remember, of course, things aren't a whole lot better yet. They're getting better. Thank God it broke on June 6th. I think it was. We finished drilling beans last year because it took until August, middle of August, to get that part last year. Yeah. Yeah, good thing it didn't break at the beginning of doing beans. There was many words. I brought the 6420 and backed it in here so that I had hydraulics. Didn't bother to hook it up, obviously, but at least I know outlet number 1 that I replaced doesn't leak, because that's what it's in. I'm quite sure number 2 will be fine also. But what a son of a bitch to get those 2 bolts out of there. Holy shit. Because I'll show you on this. Because the bolt heads, I don't know how well you can see it, this groove, there's a part that sticks out that width, that this groove goes in this groove when you put this up underneath it. So the bolt heads were hitting that, so I had to get on the top with a wrench, because you can't get in there with a socket, and just turn not even a quarter of a turn. I had to put the pipe on the one. Oh, it's just the getting in and out of there part. I mean, you're crawling on the floor in there to get into that little space. I don't know. I'm not an engineer, so I don't know what a better design would be. But that design fucking sucks. I can tell the engineer that designed it that. So there's got to be another way that's better than that. So now I'm waiting for Barb to come out, because I'm not so sure how easy it's going to be to hold that son of a bitch up, try to get the bolts in, and get nuts started on them. So, because you can't do both from one side. You can get at this bolt from this side, then you got to crawl in from the back to get to the other one. Yeah, it's been a joyous, I don't know, past hour or so, just getting those 2 bolts out that I put in to basically rescue the thing, to finish the last 15-20 acres last spring and get it home. Joyous. Alright, I'm going to turn this on, put the magnet on the frame here, and you can watch a fat old man try and crawl underneath there and see if he can accomplish anything. Oh, ought to be fun. Well, you know what? Just trying to get a mat underneath there to crawl on. That ain't gonna fucking work. So, holy fuck. Oh, God. Oh. Yeah. I can't even get myself turned over in here. Oh. There's no way I'm gonna reach the nuts on top from down here. I gotta have a second person. This just ain't gonna happen. Just ain't gonna happen without having Barb over here. So I gotta crawl out Too far down, never will reach the nuts. Well, it's dark back here, so you can't see for shit, but I came in from the back, and I struggled my way to hold that son of a bitch up, which is heavy, and get the back bolt started. I had enough play to do that. Front one, there's no way I can get to it, so it's gonna have to be somebody at the bottom pushing it up through and somebody at the top. But anyways, oh, where's my wrench? What the fuck? I didn't bring it. Oh, there it is up above me. Of course, I'm covered with grease also because, you know, I like to grease everything before I put it away in the fall. So all this shit that I'm leaning on is covered in grease. Yeah. Fun. Fun. You can't get on the nut with a socket. You can only get on the head of the bolt. Come on, for Christ's sakes, get in here. No. It's just such a pleasant place to work. All right, I don't want to tighten it completely yet because I'm going to need to get the front one in, and I want to have some play. All sorts of things for the hose to get caught on. So, but I got it started. It's in the groove. It's where it's supposed to be. So I guess we will wait to get the front bolt started and see if I need to loosen that back up a little, tighten it up a little, whatever I got to do to make the front bolt line up. All right, it's about 10:45. They wanted to come get a load of corn, so we are getting corn loaded. I got this one and one more for a March contract that they didn't finish filling. Wasn't because I didn't want to load, it's just because they never came and got it. So when we get done loading this, we will go back to fighting with the grain drill. But I've made progress since I last filmed. I like having this door open now. It's a shorter walk back there. Anyways, I'll show you my progress. Well, I showed you I had the back bolt in. I got the front bolt in, but I can't get it all the way in. I can't get it lined up. So I did have it all the way up, but it's off by about 1/4 of a hole. So I'm thinking when Barb comes out, I'm gonna have her get in the tractor and run the hydraulics. Maybe when everything's on the ground, it might move that enough that I can get it in there. I figured I'd try that before I try tightening the back bolt all the way, or loosening the back bolt all, you know, no, not all the way. I don't want it to fall out. But if the hydraulic pressure, either up or down, can make that move enough to get me that quarter, it might not even be 1/4 of a hole, but that's something you can't do by yourself, because it's kind of hard to be in the tractor running the hydraulic lever and back there trying to make the bolt go in the hole. So, all right, I gotta go finish loading my corn. All right, you didn't get to see the last of it, but it's in. The bolt's in. I had her get in the tractor, push the gangs down onto the ground to where the bolt would go through, and then I got the nuts started, and then we crawled in there and tightened them. You didn't need to see the fat old guy crawling around underneath it anymore. But the son of a bitch is fixed now. Great design, John Deere. Just want to tell you that. All right. Got it the hell out of the front here, because I got to get the planter out here sometime. But got it back here for now. That's where it'll sit till we're getting closer to wanting to use it. And I got to get it out and hooked onto the Cullipacker. Did a little work on the cullet packer. It's got scrapers on it. Some of them weren't exactly where they were supposed to be anymore. Most all of them that came with scrapers, the scrapers are shot and gone, and I don't know why I mess with them, but if it's that wet, you shouldn't be in the field. But so I'm gonna just end this video. It'll be a somewhat short one for once. That, and I don't want to bore you to death with, you know, all the bullshit that we're doing to get ready. Weather sucks next week. Beautiful this week, but next, well, I mean, I won't say it sucks, but first of the week they're showing like 45 and rain one of the days. But I was just looking on my phone here after I ate my lunch, which was a sandwich, because it's about 1 o'clock right now. And yes, I have to be in Auburn for a legislature meeting at 5, so this day gets shittier as it goes. But so did y'all know that Biden signed a bill Monday to end the national emergency, you know, COVID? Oh, so 3 years later, we're finally ending this bullshit. Yep. Of course, he was reluctant to sign it because, you know, and it says it does not affect a separate public health emergency that was issued in January of 2020. Yeah, because, you know, we got to keep that going. But I'm reading through some of the bullshit here. He was against it at first because how did he put it? First, an abrupt end to the emergency declaration would create wide-ranging chaos and uncertainty through the healthcare system, for states, for hospitals, for doctors' offices, and most importantly, for tens of millions of Americans, because they think you're fucking stupid. Apparently, hospitals are stupid. Doctors are stupid. Well, there are quite a few of those that are lately. We've proven that over the last 3 years. But, oh my goodness, you know, now people will have to pay to get a COVID test if they want to get the home test, to test at home instead of giving them all away for free. And we wonder why we're fucking going bankrupt in this country. We wonder why, you know, his budget, the Congressional Budget Office, the CBO that you hear about, said that it will take us in the next 10 years from being $31 trillion in debt to $50 trillion in debt, almost $20 trillion more. But let's just keep giving everything for free. And you know who I blame that on? Not the politicians. I blame that on the fucking public, because everyone wants something for free, which is why we are going bankrupt in this country. You want to test yourself for COVID? Then go pay for the fucking test, okay? You don't need it for free for the rest of your life. I mean, we're over 3 years into this bullshit. If this is how we handle a plandemic, you know, holy shit, what about the next one that Fauci's telling us is already coming? Because, you know, in 2017, he told us this one was coming during Trump's presidency. What's that tell you right there? Yeah, that's why we call it plandemic. All right, gonna remind you again because of ScrewTube, April 21st, 7 p.m. Eastern, live stream, Jimmy and I. Now I'm done. All right, one more thing. I should make that like a segment in my videos, because there always seems to be one more thing. The sun is now out and it's warmed up. I had to get rid of the sweatshirt. Clarion Reese, 66-year-old farmer out in Iowa. Just wanted to give you a shout out. You sent me a letter in the mail. I appreciate it. Nice letter. Because that's basically what this is all about, you know. I say meeting you folks. Obviously, we haven't met, but you know what I mean, through this and through my Instagram page and whatnot. Because that's basically the reason why we do this. I mean, we don't, you know, it's for the interaction with you people. So that's like what Jim and I do our live streams, interacting with you people. So, because I'm not gonna lie to you, it ain't always that much fun carrying a camera around with you all day. And oh, what should I film? What should I not film? Oh, I filmed something that looks like shit. Delete that. You know, well, will they like this or won't they like this? Of course, most of you know me by now. I don't give a shit. You either like it or you don't. So, but, and Marvin, I know you called me last week, I think it was. left me a message. I was in one of my stupid meetings, so I couldn't answer the phone. I'll get with you sooner or later, Marvin. Obviously, we've gotten busy, so maybe next week when we get a couple of them shitty days that I don't really want to be working here and I need to go and push brush and down trees back, I'll give you a call while I'm riding around the tractor pushing trees back or something. But I'll stay in touch with you, Marvin. It's just getting busy. But all right, now I'm done. I'm pretty sure there won't be a second thing.